Feeling
So just in summary, I hope you've got loads of value out of this course, and hopefully it's given you some great structure in terms of researching ICOs and all the things that you need to be looking out for. Always do your research. Don't rely on other people. Make sure you do some yourself. It's absolutely critical, and go that extra mile. Doing the credit checks for me has really game changed. There's a couple of ICOs I may have gone into, but on the back of doing the credit checks, I walked away completely, and it was completely the right thing to do. Save myself, the 10 or 15 pounds investment saved me. I go about 10 Ethereum a pop, so that's like nearly 10 grand, or its current price is about 5 grand. So it's really worth spending the money. And what you want to do is you want to go from being an amateur to a professional in terms of researching the ICOs and stuff. And these little things will be the difference between someone down the road that doesn't make much money out of ICOs and you who will be able to make a lot of money out of ICOs. The other thing is to pay attention to who's promoting this. Is it promoted by the pump and dumpers? Is it someone that's quite reputable in the industry? Really pay attention to these things, because anybody can put a whole bunch of their coins out there to get people to promote it, and they'll go apeshit sometimes, but you really want to pay attention to these things, because you don't want all this hype and think it's amazing and then for it to just fall off a cliff like something like BitDegree. So make sure you have a system in place to measure the viability. Now, this is key, because you always want to be measuring progress, and you want to measure apples with apples. So you're always going to have a good sense of where you rated the ICOs. And again, when you look at ICO Bench and different bits and pieces now, those used to be really good benchmarks, and now I'm not so sure, because again, I've seen some ICOs were really low. I check it a week later, now they're sky high. I don't know how much investment they've put behind it and stuff, but you really want people to just give these open, honest views of what they think. The other piece is the social media and community. You really need this around the coin for the long term, because these might be the customers for the exchange. These might be the customers that go and use the debit card. Those types of projects really need the communities. Things like something like, I don't know, Morpheus project. You don't need so much of a community around that, because that's more a functional utility token, in the sense of it's being used by people like, it'd be like Jas Forwarding or one of the big shipping agents, basically. So in some cases, community is not so important, but in most cases, a lot of products that are coming out, community is massive.
Don't know that I want to share with you guys is when I was 22 years old, I came to this city for the first time. I was playing in the Canadian Football League, playing my first pro football game. I was playing for the Calgary Stampeders. We were playing the BC Lions. I was so excited. 2 days later, I got cut. The dream shattered, sent home with $7 in my pocket. I was like, wait, no, I got to play in the NFL eventually. Those are my big goals. That's my dream. You realize that playing in the NFL was the best thing that never happened, because it got me here. So my point is, look, you're going to get your ass kicked. We're going to get the shit kicked out of us. You got to get up. You got to have faith that the one thing you wanted to happen oftentimes is the best thing that never happened. So have faith and just keep that in mind and keep plugging away.